Hey everybody, welcome back to the Reality Theory. We hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed our last video. Um, I did want to talk today about all this free stuff that the presidential candidates, primarily the Democrats, want to give away for free. Um, they don't understand how economics work or money works or simple math, I guess, because they want health care, college. I mean,
I don't know.
everything they want to give you, they just want to hand it to you and think it's just going to fucking come out of the sky, out of the clouds.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. Well, I know. I think what it is
Votes.
well, number one, it's votes. They're pandering for votes.
Yeah.
They don't intend on actually doing half the shit that they say they're gonna do. But I think the other part of it is that they either don't care or they're not thinking about the national deficit. They want to give all this shit away for free, but they don't. They still can't. The only way that they can explain how they're going to pay for it is by raising taxes, which doesn't make it free. We're all still going to have to pay for it. The difference is that the people who aren't taking any advantage of these programs are still going to have to pay for other people to take advantage of these programs.
Yeah,
So,
I mean they've talked about raising the taxes up to, I heard a couple people saying up to like 90%. So you're going to take 90% of my money, pay for college and health care for people I don't even know, and I'm going to walk out what my paycheck's going to be, what, a couple $100, and you expect me to survive off of that?
well, yeah, I mean,
Come on.
it's just ridiculous. I mean,
Free health care does not work in any country anywhere. They say, I guess it is good because it's free, because in any kind of illness you do have, you can get it taken care of. But they really don't talk about the wait times on these things.
no, and that's the thing. The coverage itself is good. They will whatever it is that's
They'll
wrong
see
with you.
you just whenever.
Yeah, whatever it is that's wrong with you, they'll handle it. You got a broken arm, you need surgery, you need hip replacement, you need whatever the case is. They'll do it for free. Won't cost you. I say for free. You still got to pay for it in
You're actually
taxes,
paying for it out
but
of your taxes.
but it's not going to cost you anything when you go to the doctor or surgeon or hospital or whatever. But the problem with that though is that the wait times alone are so absurd that it could potentially cause more good than or more harm than good because let's say like you said you had somebody you knew needed their toe amputated. Well, by the time 6 months
Hmm.
down the line when they could finally get around to doing it, the infection had spread so much that now they got to take the whole damn foot.
Yeah.
So I mean it's
And
absurd.
that can happen with a broken arm. I mean, you leave a broken arm alone for enough time, shit gets infected. Next thing you know, I mean, people don't think a broken bone can cause an infection. It can cause a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think what for the emergency visits, you go to the emergency room,
I'm
obviously.
sure for a broken arm they get you in pretty quick, but
Yeah,
for
yeah,
for, for like surgeries and obviously you say, okay, you have to have brain surgery. Okay, when? Oh, come back in next June. Well,
yeah,
fuck, I may not be around by then.
yeah. For
But it's
the
free, but it's free, so don't worry
yeah,
about it. But no, but that I don't fucking care. I'd rather pay the money to be seen right then and there, choose who I'm going to see, because the healthcare does not, the quality of healthcare does not stay the same. The
no,
incentive for the doctors is not there when they're getting paid by the government a lot less than they'd be making on their own in a private company. Their quality of healthcare is going to go down,
right.
regardless of what anyone says. It goes down. You can take polls in all these countries where it's free and look at, yeah, oh yeah, it's great. We don't pay for it. Okay, you do pay for it. You're getting 70% tax rate, and you're paying for this shit,
Well,
whether you like it or not.
so they say one of the big things is the quality of healthcare goes down because the doctors aren't making as much money, but yet they still have the piles of debt from student loans, malpractice insurance, all of these other things. Uh, so the quality, they're not. Where's the incentive to work harder? Where's the incentive to do better? Where's the
Well,
incentive to?
yeah. Plus, it's straight numbers too. If you were a doctor that was, a private doctor, you worked for a hospital, you worked for your own, you had your own office, you make schedules every day. Okay, I have 20 minutes to see each patient or an hour to see each patient. Take my time, give them what they need, explain to what's going on. But when you got people piling in,
Yeah,
okay, I got to rush. I'm sorry, I can't take care of you right now. Okay, let me take care of this guy. Oh, you're okay. Your arm's broken. Okay, I have a guy over there with cancer. He's got to come first.
Well,
or this is that. It's it's going to rush things along, and it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse.
well, things are already rushed. I think most doctors only see patients for what is it, 15 or 20 minutes,
Well, most of
and
the time it's the nurse practitioner or it's the nurse, and the doctor walks in. Oh yeah, I see the nurse wrote this down. All right, here's your prescription. They walk out.
yeah, two
They
minutes
they
they're in
rarely
and
ever
out.
they rarely ever diagnose you themselves.
Yeah, so when there's double the patients or triple the patients, that's only going to get worse. I mean, there's no way that there's not enough time in the day for somebody to see that many people. So you get put off and put off before you know it. It's 6 months before you can see a doctor, or
Hmm.
3 months before you can see a doctor, or whatever whatever the case is. For the non-emergent cases, the wait time is months, weeks, months, whatever. I don't know what the actual time is, but I've heard of and I've read articles of people waiting, up to 8 months to a year for certain procedures or for certain things, for certain cases. For the emergency, situations, you think ERs are crowded now? I don't know if any of you have ever been to an ER.
Just wait
They're already crowded. It'll be 10 times worse
if it
in
were
this
free,
situation. You think waiting a couple of hours in the ER is bad now? You'd be waiting all day to see somebody. And
if not 2 days.
yeah, and how are they supposed to? Right now the way it works is, based on certain conditions, you take priority over everybody in the waiting room. If you're short of breath or whatever, they're gonna, hey, you just jump to the front of the line. We got to get you in now because it could be a life or death situation. But when you've got 100 people in there, all with a life or death situation, who do you see first? Somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, they're gonna go with the little. They're gonna go with the little kid or the oldest person that's. It's like they're gonna choose one or the other.
Yeah,
But if you're a middle aged, pretty much healthy guy, but you're like, yeah, I'm short of breath. Oh, fuck off. We got kids coming first.
right,
You know, it's just it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And every country that does this sees this problem, but they don't ever really talk about it because they're trying to make it seem like it's this great fucking thing
yeah,
when it's not. And then you're paying, the bottom 5% of the most unhealthy people are the ones that use the doctor's offices and all this medical care 85% more than anyone else.
right,
So all these people are paying for these bottom 5%, and they're and it's not costing it's costing us money too, but the government also has to pay into this as well.
right.
It's costing everybody money.
So what?
So 70% of my pay is pretty much going to these people that can't take care of themselves,
Yeah,
and then when I have to go, I'm stuck waiting.
yeah. So what they
I'd
what
rather just pay for my insurance and then be seen when I want to be seen and go see who I want to see.
so what they like to argue is that you're already paying the money. You're not going to be paying any more than what you're already paying. It's just, instead of paying the private companies, the however many hundreds of dollars you pay per paycheck to these private companies, instead that money will go. It'll still be taken out the same, more or less the same amount of money is going to be taken out for taxes to pay for healthcare. So that's their argument, is that, well, it's not going to cost you any more. Well, that's not the point. The point is that, first of all, I pay too much to begin with for private insurance, is absolutely outrageous. But number two is that, I'm having to, if I'm paying for universal health care, I'm paying for other people. I'm paying for other people. I never go to the doctor. I never go to the doctor. I never go to the hospital. I just don't. I don't use my insurance. But now I have to pay for somebody else who's racking up hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in medical bills,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not on me. Why should that be on me? And they say that it's going to, well, you're not going to be paying any more than what you're already paying for
Oh,
private.
bullshit.
That's bullshit. Of course you're going to be
Yeah.
paying more, because you're going to be paying for the people who are uninsured right now that aren't paying anything.
And then all the illegals that come in that all these Democrats want to give free health care to. How many how many hundreds of thousands of illegals come into this country every single year that don't put money into the system, don't pay taxes, and then we're going to end up paying for their health care on top of that. That's not fair. We're in our mid 30s. We've been paying into the system for what, 15, 18 years now.
I've been paying in for 20 years.
Yeah, 20 something years. So now all of a sudden you come over here and I got to start paying for you too? No, I got my own family to take care of. I got my own shit to deal with. I'm not paying for anyone else's health care. That's
No.
mine.
Well, the fact that, I mean, to me, the whole concept of, yeah, come over here. We don't care how you get here. We're going to take care of you. To me, it's irresponsible. I mean, would I love to be able to help every person in the world who needs it? Absolutely. I would love to be able to do that. But at what expense? It's irresponsible to take care of people and to give people things who don't contribute.
And we have
It's
people,
just
and the
irresponsible.
thing is, we have people here that do contribute
Because
that
here,
don't get shit,
because let me tell
that
you
don't
what
get taken care of.
let me tell you what happens when you start handing shit out for free, or when you start distributing things equally, is that um, people tend to get lazy because they feel like, well, whether I'm paying for it or not, I'm gonna get it. So why should I pay for it? And if I don't, and in order to not pay for it, well, I don't have. Why should I work? Why should I bust my ass
Yeah,
and pay for this if I'm gonna get it regardless?
welfare,
You're gonna give it to me for free,
prime example.
so why should I have? Why should I have to work? Why should I have to put into the system if I'm gonna get something out of it regardless? So then you start running into the problem where you have more and more people not contributing to the system. Well, then where are you going to get your money
Then that
from?
money's that pool's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's what we talked about, I think, on a few episodes about socialism.
It
People don't
doesn't
understand
work.
socialism.
It makes for lazy
If I
people.
make 50 grand a year and this guy makes a million, we put that into a pool. The guy's going to be like, well, fuck, if I'm getting the same paycheck this guy's getting, why am I working anymore? So then guess what? That million falls away. Then that paycheck for both of us gets smaller.
Yep,
So all these people are going to start quitting their jobs because they say, well, fuck it. If I'm making $1,000 a week, just the same as this guy who didn't have a job before, then I don't need to keep working 80 hours, 80 hours every 2 weeks. I'm just going to quit. So I'll still collect my paycheck. And
exactly.
after a while, that paycheck's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller because that pool gets smaller. That money, that amount's going to keep shrinking and shrinking. Same with healthcare. I mean, shit's just going to get worse.
I mean, it's just common sense. I mean,
You think it's common sense.
but nobody wants nobody wants to work for something if they don't have to. That's the bottom line. If I don't have to work for something, if you're just going to give it to me for free, I'm not going to just offer to give you money for nothing. Just, oh man, you're gonna give me this and I don't have to pay you for it or anything. Oh well, hey, let me mow your lawn. Let me wash your house. Let me wash your car. Let me do something for you since you're giving it to me for free. Fuck no. Most people in this country are lazy. Most
It's
people in the
proven.
world are
It's
lazy.
proven. Look at all the government apartments and government housing. They just receive welfare
Yeah,
checks.
I mean, you take
The
one
the places are torn apart. They're treated like trash. Brand new places are garbage within a year.
you take one look at the welfare system in this country, and that right there ought to tell you all you need to know about, uh, you know, spreading the wealth and getting shit for free. That should tell you all you need to know. Just take
Hmm.
one look at the welfare system.
They
You
can't
know,
they can't afford to put food on the table, but they got freaking brand new Nikes, brand new iPhones, and
yeah,
Cadillacs. But God, we can't feed our kids tonight. Well, don't buy the fucking Cadillac.
yeah. Or not only that, they'll go to the groceries. They'll buy fucking steaks and lobster and whatever else, crab legs and shit. I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
it. I mean, it's just
Well, that's what
ridiculous.
they just actually started putting. I don't know if you saw this. They actually started putting restrictions on they can't buy
Certain
certain
products
candies. They can't buy energy because people were going in there
buying up everything.
buying tons of energy drinks. It's like, okay, that's not going to sustain you. That's
No,
not going to sustain your family.
no,
Like if you look at these bags that you can buy at like Kroger and HEB for the holidays for like $10, and they have it all spread on the table. It's like $10, and you got a meal that can serve 8 people.
no. Like,
But that's what I mean. If anything, we should have pre-made bag. Okay, this is for the week. This is what you get with with your welfare money. This is what you guys are going to eat for the week.
yeah, I mean, like,
Pre-done.
it should
You don't
be
get to choose.
first and foremost, it should be short term. It should be short term to help you get back on your feet. That's what it was intended
Oh,
for.
there should be proof that
Hey,
you're out there looking for a
hey,
fucking
you're
job.
going through a hard time. We're going to help you for a little while to get you back on your feet. This is not a permanent situation. You can only be on this for, let's say, 6 months or whatever. Okay. And we're going to allot you bread, cheese, lunch meat, eggs, milk, the essentials, what you need to
To survive.
survive, some fruit and whatever. This is what you get. It should be like WIC. You go in a store, you ever see the little WIC tags? You get milk, cheese, bread, whatever it is. That's what welfare should be like. You shouldn't be able to go in and just buy whatever the fuck you
Yeah, you're
want.
not getting.
Oh, here's a debit card. Go in and this is how much money you have. You can spend it on whatever it is that you want. And we'll load it up again next month, and you can use it for whatever you want. No, fuck that. You can't buy. Shouldn't be able to buy booze and cigarettes and whatever else you fucking want on a fucking EBT card or whatever the fuck it is.
No, but then I said they should also have some sort of system where they say, okay, within that 6 months that you're receiving this free welfare, this free money from the government or free money from the citizens, every 2 weeks, I want to see a place that you applied to. I want to see an application. I want to see some proof that you made an effort to get a fucking job.
Not only that, but
Do something about it.
look at all of the things that we need done. Roads need fixed. Uh, Government buildings need painted and washed.
The
And
infrastructure, just the infrastructure
I
in
mean,
general.
put these fucking people to work. Make them work for what they're getting. They're sitting on their fucking ass. Not do. I mean, and not all. Look, there are some people that are on welfare that legitimately need it, and they're legitimately trying to get jobs, and they're trying to do what they can. There are those
Yeah.
people, but they are few and far between. The majority of the people that are on welfare, black, white, yellow, brown, I don't care what color you are, but the majority of the people that are on welfare are abusing the system. It's generational welfare. I mean, 3 generations of people on welfare.
I mean, they've showed it on TV. They go,
And they're proud of it.
no, they said this. They go, what are you doing today? You have work? Hell no, I don't have to work. I'm just waiting on the mailman. I got my check coming in. Why do I have to work? I mean, they've shown it on TV.
But think about it.
It's sad.
Why would you have to work? You're getting a welfare check. Baby daddy's paying child support. You're getting this and that. I mean, what the fuck do you need to work for?
Yeah.
They're making it so that you don't have to work. But guess what? You're going to vote for that politician that gave you all that shit because you want to keep getting that shit.
Yeah.
That's how they're getting votes.
Oh, I know.
They keep you in poverty. They keep you on the hook, needing them so that you'll vote for them again.
Well, that's all it is.
It's
And
bullshit.
they're gonna drop you as soon as they don't need you anymore. You're fucking done. Because these politicians, they change their tune every few years.
It's ridiculous, man. But even like they're talking about free college now. I mean,
That's just fucking absurd.
oh, free college. We're gonna pay off all your debt, and for anybody that wants to go to college, you can go for free, no problem. Well, okay, there are many things wrong with that scenario. Number one, a lot of the colleges are privately owned. You can't just tell them that they can't charge anybody anything for people to go there. You can't do that.
No,
And number two, who's gonna pay for this shit? Who's gonna pay for it?
we are, and you.
The people who actually work. You know, the thing is, look, don't go to college, get a dumbass fucking degree that's not going to make you any money and that's going to make it difficult for you to pay back the student loans that you just took out to get that stupid fucking degree. I mean, you've got to be a complete idiot with your finances to say, okay, I'm going to go get me a liberal arts degree and it pays $30,000 a year once I get out of college.
But it's going to cost me 80 grand to get it.
Whatever the job is going to cost me, or it's going to pay me $30,000 a year once I graduate. I'll be making 30 grand. Okay, but it costs you probably closer to $150,000 to get that degree. And now, if you paid every single penny of what you're making towards your student loans, you know
You wouldn't have that shit paid off.
that's 5 years.
Oh yeah.
So let's say you only paid out 10% a month of what you're making to pay off those student loans. Well, now after taxes, because those are going to be raised because they want to give away all this free shit and, everything else, you're going to I mean, it's going to take you 30 years to pay off your fucking debt.
If that.
I mean,
Hmm.
it's common sense, people, I mean, look,
So for all these people who were smart and went out and got a trade, were an apprentice for a couple years, became a carpenter or a plumber, electrician, you guys were smart. Now all of a sudden you have to go pay for theirs. These people call it. And say they go to college, say they go, okay, I'm going to get a 4-year degree. I want to be a doctor. You're like, okay, look, that's great. I support you. 2 years they drop out. So let's say $200,000 was just spent on nothing. They never went back to school, and then they just dropped out of school because they didn't like it. So you just paid all this money for jack shit.
not only that, it's going to end up to where you're paying for kids to go to college and try shit out. Oh, well,
Hmm.
I was majoring in this for 2 years, but
I changed my
then I
mind.
changed my major, so I decided to go do this now, and I've been doing that for about 2 years, but I'm thinking I'm going to try something else next year. So you've got these career college kids, and there's a lot of them out there that stay in college for 10 fucking years and never get a fucking degree. Or if they do, by the time 10 years rolls around, they end up with a 4-year fucking bachelor degree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just insane. I mean, you want to know how to do it? You want to know the secret? Go to trade school. Pay you 5, 10 grand, sometimes 15, 20, whatever it is. 20,000 tops, okay? $20,000 for trade school. You get out, you make 80 grand. Within a couple years, you can pay back that 20 that you
Well,
borrowed.
there are a lot of trades too where if you go to be an apprentice, you find somebody that's willing to take you on as an apprentice, they'll pay you, say, $10 an hour to go work for them because they know you're going to be
Yeah.
doing the work. They go, okay, I'm getting free labor and I'm teaching the kid a trade. And then when you get out, you have paychecks, you earned money, you're not in debt, and you got a fucking trade making 80 to 100 grand a year.
Yeah.
Tradesmen make a lot more money than people with college degrees. Well,
Uh,
I'm not saying all college degrees,
no,
but they can make they can
it
make
depends,
money.
but they can definitely make just as much, if not
Well,
more.
that's what I mean. Like from
And
like debt ratio wise,
oh,
they can
if you're talking about debt, debt
because
ratio,
think about it, once you get out of college, even if you're making a good salary, you still got to pay all that fucking money
but
back.
and that was my point.
Yeah,
Even if you didn't get an apprenticeship or anything like that, if you just went to a trade school and paid $10,000 to $20,000 for a trade
you can
school,
be a mechanic.
you get out making, I mean, depending on what field you go into, but you can make anywhere from 50 grand up to fucking 200 grand, depending on what you're doing. I mean,
Hmm.
shit, I know welders that make well over $150,000 a year.
Yep.
I mean,
Come to Texas, be an AC tech. You'll make money.
come,
Trust me, you
hey,
will make money.
come down here and be a fucking roughneck. The fucking oil boom is
Oh
on.
hell yeah.
Oil boom is on in the Permian. Come down here and make you some money, make you some real money, and no debt, no debt. You don't have to pay for school. The on the job training.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
those are jobs you can move up in.
but the problem is that kids nowadays are lazy. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to. They don't want to put in the time. They're not looking at the big picture. They're not looking long term. They're thinking of what can I make right now? What can I make this year? If I can't make, and you see it all the time. Well, if I can't make 70 grand, then I'm not taking that job. Motherfucker, this is your first job.
You
You
ain't worth.
expect to make 70 grand
You're
your
not
first
worth
year?
70 grand.
With what? Doing what? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely, they're so fucking lazy, man.
Hmm.
Put in the work.
And paying for their college is just going to make them 10 times lazier. It's not going to help out at all.
No, the problem is one of the big issues is that a lot of these kids, so they get these bullshit degrees that aren't going to make them any kind of money when they get out of college, and they're so far in debt, and because they're not making any money, they're not going to pay their student loans back. So it's going to end up destroying their fucking credit. They're not going to
Hmm.
be able to do anything or buy anything because you can't get a house if your credit's shitty. I mean, you're you can't get a car if your credit's shitty. I mean, you can get these things, but you're going to pay twice as much for them if your
Hmm.
credit's bad, you know? And that's the problem. And it sucks. I mean, it sucks, but it's on them and it's on their parents. The parents should have told them, "Hey, that's a dumb fucking degree. Why are you going to school for that? This is what you need to be doing." Look,
Hmm.
I'll be the first to tell you, 18 years old, yeah, legally you may be an adult, but you're still dumb as fuck. You're still naive and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You haven't been around the block, you haven't experienced anything. You still need to listen to your parents and take their advice. Now, I'm not saying that all parents give good advice, but it's probably a hell of a lot better
Or if these kids want a free
than what you
education,
got.
go into the military, serve this country, and there you go.
Well, that's a whole nother. For me, my thoughts on. I think that military service should be mandatory for everybody, men, women, whoever. I think that military service should be mandatory. I think when you turn 18, you should do 4 years, mandatory 4 years, and then you can go off and do whatever the hell you want to do after that. That's my own personal opinion. I think that the kids in this current generation would be a lot better off if they had some discipline and some structure from the military. If they did 4 years, they'd come out a better person, more well-rounded,
Well,
more
I would say
experiences,
like
more life
this. I would say like
experiences.
this. Okay, either you go to college, you go to trade school, or military. You make your choice.
Well, but that's kind of what
Like I
happened.
wouldn't want to force people going to the military because it just may not be for some people.
Well,
You know.
tough shit,
Well, I know.
man.
I'm just saying,
I
but
mean, look, that's the problem though. That right there is exactly the problem with this country
no.
today.
But we
Is
didn't
people
force.
are like, well, that's not
Well,
for
we didn't
him.
force people to go. Back during World War II. It's like we didn't force everyone to go.
Little Johnny is sensitive. I don't think he's cut out for the military. Well, guess what? Little Johnny needs to fucking man up because the world's not a nice place. He needs that discipline and he needs that roughness and he needs to grow the fuck up because the world's not a nice
Well, at the
place.
same time, though, if everybody went into the service, that's just more money we're dumping. I mean, honestly, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but
Think about it.
But you think about the countries that have that mandatory. Look at Russia. Russia had mandatory.
I know. Russia's fucking nuts. Yeah, I think Brazil's got it too. I think Brazil. I
A
think
lot of countries have
every
that.
male's got to go.
You're required to go. You're required to serve your country for 4 years or 2 to 4
Yeah.
years, whatever it is. I don't know what
But
the
at the
time
same
is.
time, though, when we have a free choice on that, you get the people that actually want to serve and actually want to go fight, and you have those people that are die hard and they'll go and they'll die for this country. You put people in there that don't want to go, who knows what the fuck they're going to do? I mean, just being honest. I mean, they could go out there and next thing you know, they're the ones that are going to get other soldiers killed because they
Well,
don't want to be there. I'm just going to sit here and just let shit happen. Or, you know, I just see it being a mess, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think they all.
There's good points and there's also bad sides
I
to it.
think they all need it. I think they all need a good swift kick in the ass. Um, I
I mean,
mean,
they definitely need a good swift kick in the ass,
they need to toughen up. They
but
need.
I think they need that during like their middle school and high school years, like in ROTC schools.
Well, it all. I mean, we can go on and on about this
Yeah,
forever because it all ultimately goes back to the parents and parenting. I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest about it. I mean, the reason your kid grows up to be a pussy is because you let him. Plain and simple.
Or an assholes because you let them do
Yeah,
that
or if
too.
you, I mean, it could go the other way too. I mean, the guy could be a complete dick, douchebag or whatever. It's because you made him that way.
Yeah,
I mean, it's plain and simple. It always goes back to the parenting. But
yeah.
I just I think that everybody at least 2 years, if not 4 years, at least 2 years. I think everybody should serve. I think that should be part of the sacrifice that you make to live in this country. I think that should be the way that it is. If you want to live here and be free and enjoy the freedoms that we have and all of these uh, wonderful programs that we have, fucking
All this free
welfare and
shit.
all this free shit, then you should have to earn it. I think
But then at the same time, though, you're not really free because you're being forced to go do something that you don't want to do.
well,
When it boils down to it.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, I can agree.
that's kind of a freedom you're taking away from somebody. Like, no, you have to go. It's like I don't want to. I thought this was a free country.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with
Yeah.
that. I agree with that.
So I
I
mean,
still think they should. I still think they should,
like I
but
said,
I do see what you're
well,
saying. I
like I
agree with
said,
that.
give them somewhat of a choice. Be like, look, if
But we already give them a
you can't
choice,
sit,
and
yeah,
our recruitment numbers are down dramatically from where they were 10 years ago, even just 10 years ago or 5 years
well,
ago.
yeah,
The
but
recruitment numbers are way down. I think it was like what we're at 75% or 50% of where we were like 5 or 10 years ago.
yeah.
I mean, no, because these kids nowadays
But
don't
would
want to serve.
but
They're a
would
bunch
you
of fucking
but would you
pansies.
really want the purple-haired transgender guy who's sitting there saying he's a woman, blah 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 blah? I mean, I don't want him in the fucking service. I'm sorry, I don't,
Fucking shave his head,
and they're not allowed to be anymore.
fucking give him a kick in the ass and a fucking gun in his hand and tell him to get the fuck out there and man up.
Yeah, I just don't see it working.
I don't know.
But we're allowed to disagree.
That's
That's what makes this country great.
that's what makes this country great. But hey, guess what? We're still friends.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that when once we get out of here.
But no, I mean
I know.
there's we probably agree on like
98% of our
yeah.
shit.
I mean, but just because we disagree on things doesn't mean that we still can't be friends and still can't have civil conversations
Yeah.
about those
See, we're not
those
yelling at each
differing
other.
topics. No,
No,
I mean it I
I'm
don't.
not putting a mask on, hitting you with a brick like Antifa.
No, you're not.
But when it boils down to it, we don't need all this free health care and free college. And like you said, all these Democrats are doing is just fucking begging for votes. And they could give two shits about your health care and your college.
They give two shits about you. Period.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't
about
care
you at
about
all.
you. I'll say it in every fucking video. You can
They
get sick.
don't care
You can
about
get
you.
sick of it if you want to, but
Hmm.
they don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
They don't.
And the only reason they're saying they want you to have free health care is because they get free health care.
Well, they get free healthcare regardless.
That's what I'm saying. Once they leave their job, they still get free health care. They're not in the real world anymore. They don't understand what it's like anymore.
No.
They don't see the healthcare coming out of their paycheck. And you think they're going to be paying that 70%? You think they're going to be paying towards your healthcare and your college? Fuck no, they're not.
No,
They're not.
they'll find a way to write in some kind of immunity for themselves.
Oh yeah, because 70% of their freaking paycheck would be a lot of fucking
I
money.
mean, look at Obamacare and all the shit that they were trying to do with healthcare and everything, and they were trying to push all this shit on the people, but yet they didn't want to participate in the same program.
No, and if you didn't take it, you got fined.
Yeah,
So I can't afford healthcare, but if I don't take the healthcare
yeah.
or pay for what you want, then you're going to fine me. How the fuck does that
Yeah, that
work?
makes a lot of sense, right? You're
Yeah,
gonna take money that I don't have already. Okay.
yeah. Go ahead. Good job, Obama. Way to go.
Yeah. Anyways, bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
um, but yeah, if you like the video, uh, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel,
Share it with your friends,
share it with your
family.
friends. Yes, definitely share it, get it out there. And we'll see you guys next week. We'll continue to keep making shitty videos
That's right.
just for you.
Just for you. All right. Bye.
Bye.